Hello everybody, we are back. I'm Johan with Phoenix Magazine with Matt. We're very excited for our 14th episode of our Arizona Craft Beer Reviews. Today we're going to be tasting some Throne beer, Throne Brewing.
Thrown out in the West Valley.
Cool story behind these guys.
Really cool.
They've kind of apparently taken over some breweries and some pubs.
If anybody on the west side is familiar, and you probably have seen or heard of Dabina Brewing in the past, Dabina was there for a long time until this gentleman named Carlos Toma, at the age of 23, bought Dabina and turned it into Throne Brewing. He's kept a lot of their mainstays, Bell Road IPA, Blood Orange IPA, you see that a lot. And at 23, he's been brewing and doing really cool stuff since then, since 2018.
I was definitely not buying breweries when I was 23.
Right, so I would imagine, now 27, so still a young guy, and he's now expanded Throne into
3 locations.
3 locations. They took over the old Freakin' right at the beginning of COVID lockdowns in 2020. That place in Peoria, and they've turned that into a tap room and production facility, canning. I'll mention the importance of that in a little bit as we tease out one of our next beer reviews. And then they recently, in the last couple of weeks or months, they opened up they kind of did a takeover of this downtown Phoenix restaurant called Pizza People Pub, and that was a place right there on Central, and I want to say
it's like just north of Roosevelt.
McDowell or Roosevelt, yeah. And kind of it's on the west side of the light, where the light rail goes. So they brought in their beer there, and they took over, and they kind of kept the same kitchen and the pizza and all the food. So food
right by Roosevelt Row, I mean, that's a premium location.
Yeah, food at 2 of the 3 locations, not at the tap room. But this one today, Throne, is giving us the West Valley Amber Ale. One I haven't had before. I've had lots of their other ones.
I'm a big fan of ambers.
I used to live pretty near Dabina back in the day when it was still Dabina.
Do you like ambers?
I do. You know what? We talked about nostalgia the other day, right? An amber ale is kind of how I got into craft beer.
Yeah. Dude, I used to drink Alaskan amber like it was water.
Drinking
I loved Alaskan amber.
Killian's, those types of Fat Tire.
Yep.
Those are kind of were the ones.
Oak Creek has a good amber too.
That's deep red right there. Yeah. So that is an amber color right there.
That is beautiful.
Smells very familiar.
Ambers just have that really, really nice malt character to them.
Yep.
With just a touch of hop in there.
Yeah, it's done right.
Well-balanced amber. I've had some ambers that are too hoppy. I've had some ambers that are not that don't have enough of that. They're just kind of very sweet. So very excited to try this one.
I like that one on the can there. I'll show it to the camera. The West Valley. They really highlight the map there, showing everything on the West Valley. Kind of a cool logo. It's a hop with a crown on its head. So
what I love about ambers is that it's that balance between sort of, like I said, those malty caramel sort of flavors with that just touch of hoppy dryness.
Yeah.
It just really brings it together. It kind of makes me think of maybe what a beer would have tasted like if you were sitting in a long haul at a castle and in England in the 16th century.
Eating salted pork.
To be fair, back then the beers weren't really very carbonated. They were served warm. So maybe not quite the same experience, but it's kind of like that. That's kind of the vibe I get when I drink these kinds of. This is a beer for Merry and Pip from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, a good proper ale.
Yeah, for sure. And then he discovers he can order in a pint, and he's extra happy for that.
It comes in pints?
Yes.
Love it.
I had to binge watch Lord of the Rings just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that's all fresh in my head.
I recently came back from Scotland. I spent a week in Scotland, and walking through all these castles and all these ruins, and every single one of them had a brewing area.
Yeah.
Because it was just such an important, back then, drinking water was actually dangerous because most water, like a lot of water, was contaminated in some way. So the way that they would purify it is by brewing ale.
Sure.
And then that's what everybody drank. That's what even prisoners got a ration of beer every day, and the kids drank it.
I think that's the bulk of my water intake too.
Yeah.
Beer, so.
But yeah, it's just very interesting how ale kind of was such an important part of those kinds of societies, and again, this is just what I picture that they would be drinking.
I'm glad you said you saw castles and not a bunch of orcs running around. So that's good.
I was touch and go there for a second. Yeah.
It's good you came back unscathed. The story behind Throne is a fascinating one to me.
Yeah.
Young guy owns it or bought it 4 years ago and has really grown it. And this can you can find really anywhere, any good bottle shop.
Yeah.
Throne is in a lot of places where it used to be kind of rare to try to get like a Dabina. You could find them out at like a spring training facility or something.
Sure.
Or you had to go to the brewery. They started doing canning kind of late in the game, but Throne is now pretty much anywhere you go. And
yeah, and I think it's impressive that they have 3 locations already. There's plenty of well-established breweries that still are only running out of 1 location. Not that that's a bad thing. I think a lot of breweries want to just stay in the one place and kind of create that sort of central location. But I think it's cool when they're able to grow sort of responsibly, organically, not too fast.
Yeah.
And do it well. And obviously, taking over places that are already doing pizza and different things like that, and then being able to kind of make that part of their brand, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
And apparently they are canning other people's beers now.
I mentioned the importance of that canning and how they've grown. They're helping another company grow. It's called Coriega Beer Company, and I picked up a couple of these on the way in. There's one that's an American IPA. I'm gonna take this one home and drink it this weekend. I'll post about it on our Instagram account.
A fun, kind of eerie, dark logo with
it's a
sort of a
Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper holding it here. You want to move?
I'll show that one there, and then
that's kind of fun.
Got a yellow hop, and then what's this other one? Got a green hop. So kind of a cool. So Coriega, a home brewer.
Okay.
Back in the day, and now they are brewing and canning in the Throne production facility, thanks to the guys at Throne. So we talk a lot about the brewery community. Really, they befriend each other. I've seen Coriega did a collab thanks to the guys out at Simple Machine a couple years ago.
And Simple Machine is
they help out a lot of those smaller breweries, those up and coming. Those
they kind of helped Kitsune get started.
Yeah. I forget what there's a name for it. Those up and coming breweries that don't really have a spot yet, but they have really good recipes. They just need a facility.
It's almost like they act as like incubators for small breweries. I know that Sunup, which is a brewery a lot of people kind of forget about, even though they've been around for a long time, and their Imperial White Russian is delightful beer.
It's one of my
they
favorites
do a lot of
they brew a lot of beers for silos.
Yeah, so they do a lot of that sort of contract brewing. I know Oso does some of that. I know. I love that kind of collaboration and that kind of support, from the big breweries to the smaller ones. I think that's really great.
Yeah, so Coriega, we'll tease that out. We'll do that review coming up in just a couple episodes, probably sometime next week.
Perfect.
And I will take that IPA home since you hate IPAs.
I do not hate them. That is slander. I just
no slander.
No slander.
Podcast.
I just don't. No, see, it's not anyone that I don't like them. I do like them, but they're not my go-tos.
No, I understand that totally.
Yes.
I look for something different, but if there's not something that really stands out, it's like, I'll do the IPA. So
fair enough.
Anyways, the Coriega beer, Throne beer, is this West Valley Amber Ale. Really well done. Really nice, kind of rich flavor.
Super rich.
Some caramel out in there. Some really good flavors. Pick that up wherever you see it. Pretty cheap beer too, under $3. So
love that.
That's a bonus. And remember that we have the Arizona Craft Beer Awards and Festival coming up in October.
Yep.
and our Best Fest coming up in August. We'll have different things to eat and drink there.
Huss is already going to be there. They've already signed up to be part of our Best Fest in August.
I love Huss.
Love Huss out there.
We did Huss on a previous episode. Great beer. They always come through on festivals. So
for sure.
Yeah.
So very excited. Yeah, check out azcraftbeer.com for more information on the festival that we're doing in October. We also have azbestfest.com.
Tickets are on sale for that right now.
Tickets are on sale for that, yes. And so we're very excited. We'll see you at any of these events coming up and hopefully be able to share a beer with you.